I would put a relatively like $25 on the Lions to win more games this year than the Colts.
What? With Jared Goff as your quarterback? What are we talking about here?
Morning, evening, afternoon, and welcome back to the Underqualified Knuckleheads podcast.
You said it wrong.
Did I
it's
say
good
it wrong?
morning, evening, afternoon,
What did I
and whatever
say?
time it is by you.
Oh, nuts. Okay, we'll try that again.
No, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Daniel has had 2 failed attempts to start this podcast, and I'm not going to restart it again.
We got 2 weeks left in the semester.
Whatever. Hello, I'm Andy Newman, and today joining us in the studio, maybe that's why you're flustered, we got Kyle. Kyle, how you feeling? What's your last name? I kind of forget.
Smedley.
It's all right. I'm Kyle Smedley. I am the reason why Daniel's messing everything up today, but I'll cover his slack. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm just so nervous. We got a guest in the studio today. Either way, whatever time it is by you, I hope you're having a great day.
There we go.
We're doing good. It's a sunny Friday in Muncie.
Wonderful weather.
Yes.
Is it not?
Absolutely
You love
wonderful
it.
weather.
It's the Midwest for you.
I will say that I'm wearing pants right now, and I wish I was wearing shorts.
You have to
I'm
be
also wearing
sweating.
pants. I totally could have put a pair of shorts on today.
Maybe.
They're like Nike joggers. Love them.
I'm wearing like a zip-up long sleeve, but I could take this off and be comfortable.
See, there we go. Today we got a couple things. We're going to talk a little bit about the NFL, some news and rumors. The USFL is starting this weekend. We are all so excited about
All the
that.
mascots are getting unveiled. You love it.
I
love it.
I think it's Pablo the Michigan Panther.
Yep.
I love it. And most importantly, we're going to talk some MLB later. Kyle is a MLB nut. He knows his stuff, but he is unfortunately a Cincinnati Reds fan.
Yeah, that is true. I am, but we don't have to dwell on
At least
that.
you're-
We
at
don't have
least
to
you're not
dwell
a
on
St. Louis
that.
Cardinals fan.
Right here. I'm with you on that one.
Let's start off news and rumors. A little bit of a low note: the passing of Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah.
He had a bright future in the NFL. He was. I think there was an outpouring of tweets and messages towards him and his family about how wonderful of a guy he was.
No, it's definitely a misfortunate passing. Yeah, he was driving somewhere in Florida, right?
I believe he was jogging on the side of the road. and he
Yeah,
was
it's like
struck.
early in the morning, and then he was struck by, I do believe, like a dump truck. And I think the big news that kind of came out of this, which is kind of crazy because he probably would have been able to contend for the starting job over Trubisky.
I think so.
I think personally.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the big thing that's coming out of this, obviously, is the whole Schefter tweet.
Oh yeah.
Got to talk about that. So Schefter and his raking of the news of this prominent, I don't know if he's an insanely prominent figure, but he was a well-known name in the football community, at least. I don't know. I wouldn't say necessarily his future was super bright. Like, it wasn't looking that fantastic, but he could have made some sort of splash. He could have done something, and I think, and the fact that he isn't able to even have that opportunity now sucks.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you feel about his future in the NFL, his future as a human being
Yes, exactly.
was glimmering.
Yes.
Yeah.
He seemed like an awesome dude. But so the way that Schefter phrased this tweet was just deplorable. So what he says, Dan, do you want to kind of give a rundown of what he says?
I mean, I will slightly disagree. I don't think it was deplorable.
It was
the way
not.
he
It was
said
not good at all.
It wasn't great.
No.
He basically said Dwayne Haskins, who was a former Washington football team first-round pick, and had he said something referring to.
No, it was standout at Ohio State University football.
Yeah.
And struggling to catch on with the Washington football team.
And then the Pittsburgh
and
Steelers.
the Pittsburgh
So
Steelers has died today.
He referenced the fact that his career he was struggling in his career, which isn't terribly accurate. I mean, they knew that Dwayne Haskins and Mitchell Trubisky were going to be fighting for the starting job in Pittsburgh. I would have chosen different words.
Yeah.
I also would have apologized in a better manner. He apologized on his podcast. Fun fact, I love this podcast, but if I ever make a mistake, I'm not going to apologize here.
Yeah.
You wanna show your face. You want to be a human being in front of a camera. You want people to see the emotion on your face, and that you actually. I'm not saying that his apology was disingenuous, but
It wasn't good.
You want to really be out there and show yourself. My opinion on the whole matter is, you go to a guy like an Ian Rappaport, he explained his thought process as a journalist as to what goes through his head in a situation like this.
Were you watching the Pat McAfee show?
I was.
Yeah.
Gotta love that guy.
Yeah, so Pat brought on Ian. Ian's a pretty regular guy on the Pat McAfee show, and asked him about what his thought process was. And Ian basically said he didn't want to break it. He was waiting for the Steelers to break it or someone from Dwayne Haskins' family because he just did not want to mess with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what should have been done. And props to Ian Rappaport. Personally, would not be opposed to seeing Schefter out the door and making Ian the big guy.
Well, I don't think this situation by itself is warranting enough to kick Schefter out the door. But
there's been a lot.
Because there's been a lot of situations where Schefter has either broken the news, misbroken the news, or kind of done it in a little bit of an unceremonious, a little bit of a crass way.
I think the thing with Schefter is I don't know this for a fun fact, like a fact, but he seems like a guy who, he wants to be the first to break the news no matter what. He wants to be the first one to tweet it out, and whether that comes at the expense of guys like Rappaport or even the Steelers, I don't know. I liked Rappaport's approach as well, where you want to have the team break it first or his family. Being first isn't always being best.
Correct.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And we learned that. And we learned that as journalists here. Kyle is one as well. That you can't, you got to get it right, and you got to, and he did, he got it right, sure.
But you could have done
wrong
it
in so many other ways.
You're going to do it well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of, Kyle is also a journalism major here at Ball State. He writes for the Ball State Daily News. His beat is baseball, and he loves baseball. I thought we should touch on that. He's a cool dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Moving on to a little bit more of a positive note. Dick Vitale, Dickie V, is cancer-free. I think you guys probably saw the tweet of him ringing the bell. That was a great moment, a wonderful moment for the sporting world.
Tremendous. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's really about all you can say.
He's an icon, I would say so. So, I think this has happened a couple times now, hasn't it? Or something similar to it where he's had to, stop and then eat it and then came back or something.
I don't want to misspeak. He's 100% had previous health issues where he's had to step away and then came back. You love to see someone come back from something like this.
Yeah.
Do we think we'll see him on the mic anytime soon?
I'm sure.
I'm sure as soon as he's physically able to, he wants to be.
Yeah, if he has not passed away and he is physically able to, I think he probably
I agree.
Good to go.
Yeah, moving on. Cubs fan. I think Andy's a Cubs fan.
Yes, indeed.
Likes the Cubs. So the Ricketts family who owns the Cubs were actually at the forefront for a bid to buy Premier League giants Chelsea. I think we talked about it about a month ago. Roman Abramovich, the former owner of Chelsea, is selling his club due to his connection with Russia. He's a Russian oligarch, made all of his money off oil, but basically he's selling the club. The Ricketts family, who owns the Cubs, were looking to buy Chelsea, but then pulled out. I think the deadline was either last Thursday or this Thursday, but they pulled out because of unusual sales processes, is what they referenced.
Interesting.
It's just you're throwing around a lot of money for a club, and especially with English soccer, it's definitely a tight window. There's a lot of people who want to own a football club, and kind of the process about going it is you have to convince the board, and then you also have to put in bids, but then you also have to promise or make sure they know how much money you're ready to put into the club, which is it's a whole process. Guess the Americans weren't too into it.
Yeah, here's the thing. I can't buy a football team, so it's not really insanely relevant to me. Unless Kyle, do you have some foreign uncle from Australia that died?
I don't. No,
you have $1 billion.
I thought you were purchasing the Colts and moving them to Fort Wayne.
I'm feeding people. I'm trying to get feeders out there, feelers, trying to get my money in there. I might start I might buy Twitter, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah,
I'll be Elon.
Pull an Elon. That's an interesting one. On a funny note, the Tom Brady touchdown ball.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that sold for $518,000. Is now annulled. They nullified the deal.
How great was that though? That bid so happened, funny. And then I think it was less than a week
it
or
was
a day after.
Within a couple days.
Awesome, hilarious.
I mean, imagine being the guy who just blew $500,000 on Tom Brady's touchdown ball, and then the guy goes, I'm not.
You would hate Tom Brady after that, right?
I would hate Tom Brady after
I would hate him.
I mean, if I didn't get
if I still had to pay for it.
Good thing you didn't have to pay for it.
What are you going to do with that now? Just the auction house is just out that money? I guess. Well,
no, I think they nullified the deal. So he must have like given the ball back, and then they must have given him the money back, and then everyone was on level playing field. Because the auction house, I think it's the person who had the ball. They're probably the ones who, are probably are going to be out the money, and I don't think it really matters to them. If they had a ball, they were going to get $500,000, and now they just have a ball. Not a great day for them, obviously, but I don't think anybody's out money. Definitely, a lot of people are upset with Tom Brady, though.
I think the auction, whatever. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's finally get to the thing I want to talk about.
What happened?
Let's wait
what
for
happened
that.
today?
Let's wait for that. Actually.
Oh, you want to wait?
I want to wait.
You want to savor
be
the
very
moment
happy.
a little more?
Yes, I do.
You want to end on that note?
Yes,
I like that.
Wait, we're gonna end on it like all the way at the end of the podcast.
No.
Well,
the end of this.
End of news.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd forget about it.
Yeah.
Good.
We don't want to forget about it.
Good.
A couple contract extensions and handing out of money. The Raiders gave Derek Carr a 3-year, $121.5 million extension. How do we feel about this guy?
Listen, I love Derek Carr, and this is just a personal note. And also, I saw what he said where he took a little bit of like he restructured his contract in a way where they could bring back players. He was quoted as saying, they couldn't bring back Khalil Mack, who was his best friend at the time when he was in Oakland. And then he went to the Bears, and that crushed him. He wants to be able to bring back guys that he loves. He wants to be able to pay Devontae Adams, who's also one of his best friends. Listen, Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, that's nasty.
I like
nasty.
It's going to get interesting.
I agree with that, though. But here's my also just a little maybe just your insight there on Derek Carr. If they play the Rams at any point in time, maybe, or not the Rams. Is Khalil Mack? Where's Khalil Mack? Chargers.
Oh,
when they play the Chargers
Twice.
2 times a year, maybe Khalil Mack will go a little easier on him.
Maybe.
We'll just
maybe.
be
No
be
promises,
chill there.
I don't think.
Yeah, no, wow, that's crazy. I can't even tell who's on the Chargers and who's on the Rams now. You can just take a shot in the dart at some sort of random player that's good in the NFL, and it's probably on one of those two teams.
It has been an amazing, crazy, wonderful, beautiful offseason.
Guys,
I just don't know where anybody
AFC
is.
West.
Oh, it is
the AFC West.
Stacked.
I think the Broncos finish last, and I think they'll still win 8-9 games.
It's going to be crazy.
Wow.
It's going to be crazy. I like it. I feel like for a long time, everyone thought Derek Carr was just a mediocre quarterback.
Well, that's after the Colts broke his leg. It was kind of
yeah. But I think he's bounced back. He's not. I don't think he's top 5, but he is definitely a good quarterback.
No, I think
We're
over the
close.
past 2 seasons, he's proven not only is he a good quarterback, but he can lead a team. He led that dumpster fire last year to the playoffs.
I know how. That's
How is that
crazy.
possible? That's a credit to him, and it's a credit to their interim head coach. I'm blanking on his name.
Rick Fangio, right?
No, Rich
Visaccia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a B.
Something.
Visaccia. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Honestly, they should have stuck with him.
Yeah, no,
I agree.
The Achilles heel for the Raiders this year is going to be that idiot from New England.
I completely agree.
You really think you don't like Josh McDaniels?
I do not like. You shouldn't like.
Josh
I
Josh
should
McDaniels
hate
McDaniels.
Josh
stinks.
McDaniels, but I respect him.
I
do not respect
don't
him.
respect him.
We saw what happened with him in the Broncos.
No, I hate him.
And then he flaked on the Colts. I don't think it's going to be.
That was the worst. But actually, I don't even know if that was for the better. I really don't know.
Let me just say, Josh McDaniels stinks. He came from New England. He stinks.
Yes.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's all we have to say about.
I'm
Mr.
not going to be
McDaniels.
biased. I think he's a good coach.
He obviously
just me.
he's good enough to deserve a head coaching gig. I don't think he's as good as people think he is.
I mean, there's a lot of
System
people.
coach. He's a system coach.
I mean, that's everybody in New England under
Yeah,
Bill
exactly.
Belichick. Yeah. Moving on though, Sammy Watkins goes to the Packers on a 1-year, $4 million deal.
That's weird. I didn't even know that, to be completely honest with you. I did not see any news about that.
He was in Baltimore for a bit, and then he became a free agent, or did they release him?
I like Sammy Watkins.
I
Sammy
thought
Watkins, too.
he signed a 1-year deal with Baltimore.
Because he might have because he was on the Chiefs.
Correct.
And then he went to Baltimore. Must have been a 1 year.
Yep.
Well, good for the Packers. They have somebody for Aaron Rodgers to throw to after giving him half the kitchen sink.
He's no Devontae Adams. That much is, obvious.
Yeah.
I also don't think he's on the caliber of Marquez Valdez-Scantling. However, he'll be a great deep threat for him. I think he will be.
I think he'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have Aaron Rodgers throwing to you, mediocre wide receivers do pretty well.
Yeah.
Remember when Sammy was good on the Bills? I missed that.
Remember when he was a top 10 draft pick?
Yes.
Sammy Watkins?
Yeah. I miss Sammy. I liked Sammy.
Hey, I like him. I think he's a solid player. Colts could use him. Could have
made a move.
Yeah.
story of your life.
Hey, Colts did make a move.
Except for today.
Please, what happened today?
Okay. Yes.
Right here.
Yep. Kyle and I just that was a pretty bad high five.
Do it again?
But let's try it again. There we go. That's much better.
Like
Okay,
that.
so finally, I've been waiting for this. I'm sure Kyle has. I'm sure everyone in the Colts Nation has. For us to finally do something other than get a quarterback.
Yep.
And we did it.
Listen.
We did it.
This is the other thing. I was waiting for us to do something other than trade for someone or re-sign someone we already had. We
Yes.
went out and signed a free agent.
We did.
Stephon Gilmore is a Colt.
Stephon Gilmore, one of the greatest cornerbacks in the NFL, maybe even NFL history, had a 99 percentage on Madden. 99 club. You cannot get better than that.
Listen.
Officially a Colt.
Stephon Gilmore, top cornerback of the 2010s, former Defensive Player of the Year, former multi-time All-Pro. Listen.
I'm glad they only gave him 2 years.
Hey.
What?
I don't think this is as big of a deal as everyone's making it out to be.
100% is.
It
This
is.
does not make the Colts a contender. It does not make the Colts any more of a playoff contender than
You're
they already
insane.
were.
No, you're insane. That is an incorrect statement.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll be a little bit in the middle, all right?
'Kay.
This makes the Colts a better team, 100%. Our cornerback group before this, bad.
Yes, but
Kenny
it's-
Moore's a great player.
Yeah.
Isaiah Rodgers has a bright future. Other than
Could be
that,
good.
no. However, I will say, with this addition, we're still in the AFC. The AFC is loaded.
Yeah.
Colts might make the playoffs. I think we could win the division. I don't know about making the AFC Championship.
It's not it's a great pickup. Don't get me wrong, it's a great pickup, but it's not franchise turning around pickups. Good
think
for the defense. I think the defense got
personally, this is just me. I think it could become that.
I think the defense got a little bit stingier.
I
Nothing
get where
crazy,
you're
though.
coming from. He's been a little quiet over the last year or two.
I mean, he was in Carolina.
Because he was at Carolina.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know.
We still have glaring holes at wide receiver, tight end, and offensive line. But our defense is nuts.
Yeah. We were hurt. He was
Colts
hurt.
fans.
He was hurt that 1 year, and then he was on the Panthers.
What is there to poke fun
I
at our
absolutely
defense?
love Colts fans.
How do you not love this
We
defense?
still have leaking holes all over our team, but our defense is going to be pretty good this year.
Listen, Stephon Gilmore, Yannick Ngakoue, DeForest Buckner, Kwity Paye, Darius Leonard.
It's not bad. It's not
Not bad.
I'm not
What
saying
do you
it's bad. I'm
mean?
just saying it's funny that you guys go, "Oh, we have holes everywhere," but we got a guy.
Would you like me to talk about the Lions or no, Dan?
Be my guest, dude.
Yeah.
Lions. I would put a relatively like $25 on the Lions to win more games this year than the Colts.
What? With Jared Goff as your quarterback? What are we talking
Don't
about
get me
here?
wrong. I would
What are we
put
talking about?
You're insane. No.
I would put
No.
$25 US.
Okay.
Yeah, shake my hand right now. I will put $25.
I want some of this action. Are we
Yeah.
kidding? Can we double down on this?
Yeah. that is easily the stupidest bet anyone has ever made.
100%.
I will give both. Shake my hand. I will give both of you $12.50.
No, I want $25.
Well, no, I gotta split it both. I'm not giving you guys $50.
I'm not giving you 25.
No, if you, okay, I will give you 25. I'll buy him a drink or something.
Okay.
Cool.
Good bet.
He got the first handshake. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
$25. The Detroit Lions. This is in recording. Will win more games than the Indianapolis Colts.
I
You're
hope you know that is
1,000% wrong.
I hope you know that is ludicrous.
I may be, but I have more belief in my franchise than you do.
No,
in
no, no.
yours.
I have
No.
more belief in mine. We can totally win the AFC South now.
100%.
Do you have Stephon Gilmore? Do you have Matt Ryan? Do you have a former MVP? Do you have a former 99 overall on your team?
Hey, they
you
have
Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Hey, don't forget
St.
TJ
Brown
Hawkinson.
is gonna
Yeah.
be a lights
Don't forget
out
DeAndre
wide
Swift.
receiver
Cool.
next year.
Listen, I like what the Lions have in some aspects. I love Dan Campbell. I'll say that.
Thank you.
I love Dan Campbell. I love
you.
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, no.
I like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
It's
I
a-
like Hawkinson.
Thank you.
Penei Sewell.
Thank you.
But the Lions suck.
No.
You're going to
they
win
don't.
5 games.
Oh.
You're not going to win.
I think-
Dude,
Okay,
you're
if we
not
win
gonna
5 games, Colts are gonna win 3, dude.
That is incorrect.
I
Are
can
you
see it
insane?
happening.
You can see the Colts winning 3 games.
I just don't understand.
That's if everyone
what
on the
you
field
think
gets
you have.
hurt.
You have a dying franchise in a dying city in a dying state, and you have nothing.
Oh my God,
You have nothing.
I think this is getting like less.
Absolutely none of your teams are making any kind of splash in any kind of way.
Hey, the Tigers look good.
Okay,
Speaking of the Tigers, it is Jackie Robinson
Horrible.
Day, a wonderful day in the history of baseball. I am so happy that baseball does it every year. I'm so glad it's something we talk about.
Shout out King Griffey Jr., first guy to wear number 42 in honor of Jackie Robinson. You know, ever since he started doing that and the MLB started doing this, it's the best day in the regular season for baseball, 100%.
Yeah.
Actually, I will say something. I'm going to apologize to the state of Michigan. That was unacceptable.
That got a little personal.
You made it personal, but I will say I pride myself on being a man of faith, and there's a deep lift drive into left field. It's a home run for Castellanos.
Hey, that'll be 4-0 Reds.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there.
It's been on your mind all day.
I know. It has.
Okay, moving on into the MLB. I think it's going to be an exciting season. What do you think, Kyle?
I like it. I've written or wrote columns, for the Daily News about the baseball season. I've wrote about how the lockout affected it, free agency, trades. The point is the MLB right now might just have the best crop of talent that it's ever had. If you look on teams, you have so many young players. You have Juan Soto, who is in his early 20s, and he's already played in 4 seasons.
That guy's scary.
He's a freak. You have guys like Bobby Witt making their debut, Hunter Green, Julio Rodriguez. I could go on and on about this. Spencer Torkelson.
I love that last name.
Yeah, if you just Vladdy Guerrero, Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, look up and down at these rosters. The MLB's talent is unbelievable.
I will say Shohei is kind of goated.
Yeah,
he's crazy.
100%.
I have a question, though. You guys would know a little bit more, especially Kyle. So the Angels have both Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. How are they not good?
Hey, so baseball is a lot different than basketball and football and basically every other sport. You have to have a supporting cast to win. The rest of the Angels team, I won't say it stinks. It's a lot better than it used to be. It's not good. Their third best player is Jared Walsh. Have either of you heard of him?
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
I know who he is because I'm a baseball guy, but casual fans have no clue. They have Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, 2 of the top 5 best players in the MLB. Other than that, not good. Their pitching is mid. They're just – you can't succeed in the MLB in baseball if you don't have a solid team.
So just give us a refresher real quick before we get into playoff predictions. How different is the playoff format this year?
So it's actually a lot different than you might think. They're doing a thing where they have first round buys. The top 2 seeds in the MLB in each league, so like the American League and the National League, the top 2 seeds will be determined by the division winners. So there's 3 divisions in each league, and so for the top 2 seeds, that'll be the 2 division winners with the highest records. They get a first round bye now. And then you look at the rest, and they're doing seeding rather than how it used to. They did seeding, but it's a lot different now.
I don't like it.
I hate it, and I'll get into that because now you have the 3 through. Whoa, how many teams get in the playoffs now? 7?
Yeah, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7.
7.
That's stupid.
It's stupid.
Bad.
Listen, and the other thing that bugs me to death, once you get into these games, the home team gets home field. The team with the higher record and the higher seed gets home field advantage every game.
Wait, so hold on. So they would get every single game is played at one stadium for the whole series?
Yeah, so okay, hypothetically, right? And I'm saying this because New York is like the biggest market in the MLB. Yankees fans are ruthless. Yankees fans are the 1 seed, right? They then get to pick who they play out of the rest of the teams available. So they're going to pick the worst team. They're going to pick who they play, and it gets to be at Yankee Stadium every game.
Okay, so I think I explained a couple episodes ago that the playoff format was different.
Yeah,
I don't think I understand. Well, we didn't explain it. Thank you for the explanation. What the heck?
It's horrible. No, because
I feel like I've heard of this.
And another thing,
a little bit, but all 7 games are hosted by the one team.
And that's the other thing. It's not 7 games either. Now it's a best of 3 series.
Okay, I like that.
I like that better.
I like that because I don't like a lot of MLB games.
Yeah.
I still don't like it because then, they have 2 home games. They're not going to lose. They're not going to lose 2 home games. It's just not going to happen, especially a team like that where, like, the Yankees, in a lot of aspects, the crowd in baseball isn't as effective as it is in other sports. However, you get to big markets like that, and like the Yankees are not going to lose 2 home games in a 3-game set. Like it won't happen, especially if they get to pick who they play. You know, if they played the Blue Jays, maybe. They play the White Sox, maybe. You know, if you look at it and say a team like the Twins sneak in, it's not happening. The Yankees will win that round. And as you progress the playoffs, you know, they are a lot like they used to be. You get to the NLCS in the World Series, and it's more of like a 7-game set. And I believe that it's not all like with the higher seeds home crowd, but that opening format is just brutal. I don't know.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I think I like some of it. I don't like some. I'm pretty undecided. Well, not undecided, but I think there's stuff I like and stuff I don't like.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's every time anybody changes a rule in any sporting event. There's some you don't like, some you like. Speaking of though, who you got in the playoffs? Let's start National League.
Yeah, let's rattle this off really quick.
Yeah,
super
fine.
quick. Yeah,
That works.
We've got a long script and we have limited time, so let's go.
Who's first? Who's picking first?
Dan.
No, our guest picks first.
Okay.
Our guest always picks
Kyle.
first.
All right.
Start with the AL.
You want to start with AL?
Yeah, AL.
Okay. So in the American League, I have the 1 seed being the Toronto Blue Jays. Listen, they've gone out and made a ton of moves. I love their team. I see them winning close to 100 games. Then I have the 2 seed as the Chicago White Sox, Tim Anderson, Jose Abreu next. Then you have the rest of the pack. I got Houston winning the AL West. That's your 3 seed. And then for the rest, for the wild card teams, I have the Yankees out of the AL East coming in second, and they'll be the 4 seed. Tampa Bay Rays also out of the AL East. Kevin Cash just knows how to win baseball games. I have him there in the playoffs. And then finally, after 20-plus years of not being in the playoffs, Seattle Mariners will make the playoffs this season as the 7 seed.
I have the Mariners making the playoffs as one of the teams with a first-round bye. I might be digging a little deep there, but I think the Mariners will be the 2 seed. I have the Blue Jays being the 1 seed. I completely agree on the Blue Jays. Rest of the pack, I have White Sox, Astros, Tampa Bay Rays, Yankees.
Why is everyone high on the Mariners right now? They're 3-4.
I don't know. They look good. They just look.
They're 3-4 though.
Okay, but it's very early. It's 162
it's a long
games.
Season.
And
yeah,
also
how many games again?
162.
God.
So
I just think
that
it's
should
too
be
many.
that is a theme of this podcast. We hate long seasons.
they hate long seasons. I don't mind it. But that's just because I love baseball. So.
I mean, but I can't catch every game.
It's impossible to watch all 162. You can follow all 162. That doesn't mean you have to watch it. But I'll tell you this though, you look at these teams right here. They're great baseball teams. You have the Mariners as the last seed. That's crazy. They have Robbie Ray, reigning AL Cy Young winner. Julio Rodriguez. They got Jesse Winker from my Reds, which stings me to my core. But it is what it is. You have teams like the Red Sox, teams like the Twins, teams like the Angels, who aren't going to make the playoffs, in my opinion, and they're still going to be above 500.
Yeah. Sorry. I think we said 7 teams make the playoffs.
It's
earlier.
6. That's my mistake.
Yeah. No, good correction. I just triple checked it. But only 6 teams are making the playoffs.
That's my bad.
Andy, do you have picks, or you just want to commentate?
No, I do not know enough, at least about baseball right now, to make an informed decision.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, I'm
anything.
right, Kyle's wrong.
Good.
Well, maybe.
Here's my thing. With anything that's not either college football or the NFL, I'll pay attention come playoff time. That's just me.
Yeah, I'll back that. Back that statement. There is a theme on this podcast, though, that pretty much everything we pick does not turn out to be the right.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Reds are going to finish with the worst record in the MLB.
Yes.
There we go.
The Reds are going to be the worst team ever to ever play baseball.
It's gonna be the Reds and the Tigers just running the ship, not running the ship this year. They're gonna be the worst teams in the league this year.
Reds are going to suck.
Yes, Reds, Tigers,
Horrible.
Cubs, all gonna do terribly.
Cubs are going to do really bad. We're going to win no games.
Sprinkle some.
Hey, man, listen, on a serious note, Seiya Suzuki, he's the real deal for the Cubs. He's the real deal.
He's looking good, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. But moving on to the National League, I'll go first. I have the Dodgers as the 1 seed. As much as everyone hates the Dodgers, they have a star-studded roster. That roster is amazing. I think take a quick pause. Clayton Kershaw pitching a perfect game gets pulled. I don't get that.
All right, guys.
I'll fill you in, Andy. But Clayton Kershaw was in his first game back. He pitched 7 innings, perfect, and then they pulled him and put in a relief pitcher.
Oh, that's horrible.
All right, guys. I'm gonna be villainized for my take on this. I don't hate it. I don't at all. Listen, it would have been historic if he pitched a perfect game. There's not that many perfect games. I think it's just over 20. I want to say it's 22. Yeah. And listen, all-time great pitching performance, whether or not he went the distance. 7 innings, 13 strikeouts on 80 pitches, no hits or walks allowed. That's lethal. Unbelievable. Now,
absolutely lethal.
Listen, Clayton Kershaw is aging. He's the oldest starting pitcher for the Dodgers, and they're going to be a team that wants to contend in the playoffs. What if he gets hurt trying to go for a perfect game? I don't hate it.
When he's on a pitch count that low, doing that well, I don't think I would at least give him the next inning. Mm-hmm. And there's a high chance he gives up a hit that inning. Second he gives up a hit, you pull him.
No, I agree. I see both sides of it, and that's why I don't hate it either way. I see both sides. It makes sense either way. You want to see him get a perfect game, but also if he's on record saying, hey, the lockout kind of, made my arm not as strong as it would be. He was getting a little tired. Now, maybe a publicist got to him before he could, actually speak, but, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. Well, I do hate it. Sorry.
I hate it too. Yep.
Andy, right? Like when you're having that good of a performance.
I know. I'm serious. I'm on a serious note though. I would have liked to see him actually go for that. You don't have that many opportunities, but I get it. It's early in the year. Whatever.
Even if he gives up a hit the next inning, then you can pull him. Don't pull him when he's that hot. I don't know. That's just my opinion as somebody who doesn't coach baseball and play.
Just wait for him to give up a hit is what you're saying?
Yeah, I played rec little league and I know more than the Dodgers.
I highly doubt that.
Dodgers number 1 seed, Milwaukee Brewers number 2 seed. They just I don't know. I just feel like Yelich didn't get a lot of praise in the last little bit after his amazing performances, and I think he's going to be the guy to lead them. Rest of the pack, okay. I know we said we hate the Cardinals, but I do have the Cardinals as the 3 seed.
Fine.
As bad and as much as I don't want to say it, I have the Cardinals as the 3 seed. San Francisco Giants as the 4, Atlanta Braves. Well, actually, the Giants, the Braves, and the Mets kind of in some sort of order. I think they'll all make the playoffs. Don't really know what order. But 1, 2, 3 is definitely in place.
Yeah.
Good enough.
You and I, Daniel, have a very, very similar format.
It's kind of like I studied yours a little bit and then thought about it for 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I like the Braves as the 1 seed. I really do. Listen, the Dodgers have a fantastic roster, one of the best lineups I've ever seen. And I personally don't hate the Dodgers like everyone else does. Their team is just so fun to watch. I love Mookie Betts. I love Freddie Freeman. I love their team.
I don't hate the Dodgers. I just feel like you're supposed to hate the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, they're becoming the new Yankees in a sense.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. I love Atlanta to be the 1 seed. They lost Freddie Freeman. They replaced him with Matt Olson. Matt Olson isn't quite as good as Freddie Freeman, but he's a great first baseman.
Still good pick.
When Acuna gets back to being healthy, they're going to make a shot at the World Series again. I do have the Dodgers as the number 2 seed. They're just too talented not to be a top 2 seed in my opinion. Number 3 seed, the Cardinals. We don't have to talk about that. Actually, I would like to say I see this as a little bit of a fairy tale season. Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright, Albert Pujols back together on the Cardinals. As much as I hate to say it, it's really cool. And they're all going to go out together. They're going to go out in the playoffs in the first round. They're going to lose. And then I have the San Francisco Giants also making the playoffs. They're just one of those teams that's sneaky. Mm-hmm. Great team. I have the Brewers in the playoffs as well, and the Mets. The Mets pitching staff, if they can stay healthy, Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer is the best 1-2 punch on a pitching staff in history. I mean, it's right there.
Mets are looking good.
It is right there with the 90s Braves having Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, and then you have John Smoltz. It's right there with it.
And where are the Cubs finishing?
Yeah, no, I have them finishing as the first round, first seed, and then no one else makes the playoffs, and the Cubs just win the North or the what, National League? Yeah, that's what it is.
National League.
Yeah,
You have them
they're in
winning
the
the
Central,
National
right?
League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say
Yes.
this is a little biased as a Tigers fan,
Go
but
Cubs.
I think the Tigers have a slight chance.
No.
Small, very low.
No.
Like, I wouldn't put $25 on it, but
I don't understand how you have any faith in the Lions at all.
are you kidding me?
To give
That's
that
all
much
I have
money.
in the Lions.
I like the Tigers. The AL's too good to make the
The
playoffs.
AL is too good to make the playoffs,
Why did I
but
say North?
let's wing and a prayer, throw it up. Maybe we can make some magic for old time's sake.
I know more
Fair enough.
about baseball than I'm letting on. I just don't know about baseball right now.
We know.
Okay, I used
okay.
to know about
It's okay.
baseball.
Moving on though to the awards, we're gonna make our picks real quick. I'll start. Let's do MVP, Cy Young, back and forth.
Okay, I have one comment on awards for the MLB.
Okay.
I do not like that they're split up by like National and American League. I want one for everybody. I think it's stupid.
That's
personally.
fair.
I would
but,
agree.
I don't know. Baseball's a game where tradition is very heralded.
I know.
And I don't know. It is almost like, you want to see the best player win the MVP.
I feel like it discounts the player that should be winning it all.
No, I get that.
I don't hate that either.
It's
But
like
I do
it's
like
if,
that players get their roses.
It's like if
I agree.
Aaron Rodgers won MVP last year, and then Jonathan Taylor also won MVP last year, which is what would have happened.
That would have been sick.
Yeah. Well,
I would've
okay,
liked that.
which would have been nice for me, but as a football fan, that have annoyed me so
I get
much.
it. Yeah, I get it.
Just pick one.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe the NFL adopts that MLB tradition.
No, we probably won't.
I
It's
think
been
that
100 years.
I think
Yeah.
it'll either be. I mean, if changes happen, the MLB will conform to what the NBA and the NFL does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel like the MLB is moving in a direction where we could see change kind of like that because there's no more pinch hitting, or not pinch hitting. There's no more, what is it?
Pitchers hitting. There's
yes.
Universal DH.
Yes. And
Rob
then
Manfred is not afraid to make changes that
Shohei
discount
Ohtani
tradition.
is
no more
Terribly
bunting.
upset about it.
No more
there's-
bunting,
there's
too.
bunting.
There's no more bunting, right? There's still bunting?
You can bunt.
What did I look at?
Why wouldn't you be able to bunt?
Do you
I
see
don't
where?
know.
Are you talking about when the Giants bunted when they were winning by 12 runs, and you're not supposed to do that?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
an
unwritten
rules
thing.
are
Okay.
stupid. If
Okay, I thought I saw that.
you want to
yeah.
win every game by as much as you can. You want to play. You want to win every at bat. I'm with the Giants in this
I
situation.
back that. No, yeah, you want to run up the score. No one cares.
I agree.
If you're getting upset about getting beat when you're getting paid millions of dollars to play,
Yep.
shut up.
I love baseball. I like all the tradition it has. That in that particular instance,
No, I
don't
respect
agree.
that. I respect the tradition of baseball, but just sometimes it's just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
For me.
All right. Okay. So NL MVP, don't crucify me for this, but Bryce Harper. He had an okay year last year. He had an injury or two. I see him having a really good year this year.
He won the MVP last year.
Well, yeah. I'm saying he's gonna have a better year.
Oh, you got him back to okay. So you're saying he's gonna have a better year than
I'm
last
saying,
year?
Yeah, last year is. I meant like last year is not peak Bryce Harper. You know what I?
Yeah.
Bryce Harper winning the MVP last year
Mm-hmm.
was like, like he did okay.
Yeah.
He had doubters. He had a lot of people who are like, oh, he shouldn't have won the MVP.
Yep.
This year, Bryce Harper is going to win the MVP like Steph Curry won the MVP.
Okay. I have the guy who he beat out last year and shouldn't have beat out last year winning the MVP this year.
There we go.
Listen, the Nationals are going to stink. That's my opinion. And you want to have players who play on winning teams win the MVP, but sometimes talent wins out. You have Giancarlo Stanton winning the MVP in 2017 when the Marlins were awful. The same thing's going to happen this year. Juan Soto is just too good. He's just too talented to not win MVP this season, I feel like.
Yeah. I agree.
I'd agree. I like Juan Soto because he has that funny little dance he does in the box.
He's the best.
I love his little.
He's the best.
Do you remember that?
What?
Look up any video of Juan Soto at the plate, and
When they throw a ball to him,
when
and
they
it's,
throw a ball to him, he does like a stride and a little shimmy shake.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry to my loyal fans that are listening to me or the podcast right now that are just really wanting a whole lot of Andy Newman. You know what? Maybe I'll watch some more baseball so we can talk about this, but I'm already kind of late, so whoops.
Andy is facilitating the
Underqualified.
conversation.
I'm not even facilitating. I'm just sitting here, but it's a really good conversation.
Introduce the next
Kyle knows a whole lot. Yeah, can I start doing that, please?
You wanna be the host of this
yes.
episode?
Introduce the
Can I do that?
conversations. Yes,
Thank you.
my
Be the
guest.
host.
That would be great. Hey, Kyle, who do you think is going to win the Cy Young for the NL Awards?
All right. So actually, I forgot to mention this with the MVP as well.
Dang. I didn't even introduce it. Okay. Whatever.
So
go ahead.
I wrote a column earlier in the semester
Yep.
about my predictions for what was going to happen this year, and I've already changed so many of my predictions. This was not in the column, but writing notes for this, I had Walker Buehler. Changed my mind last night the more I thought about it. Logan Webb for the Giants is a great pitcher. He wins at home. He wins baseball games. Low ERA. I don't know. He's not a pitcher that everyone knows, but he's a pitcher that is a great pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Andy thinks. Yes. I have Max Scherzer for the Mets. He's an unreal pitcher. I loved him in Detroit all that time ago. That was back when I really stuck with the Tigers and watched the MLB. Since then, when I kind of dropped off, the only player still on the roster is Miguel Cabrera. Love that guy. But he's looked really good in his first 2 games, if that's anything to go off of. But I think he could easily win it this year.
Yeah. Okay. So then next, Rookie of the Year. Go.
Okay.
We gotta start going quickly here. We're at 40 minutes.
Oh jeez.
Jeez. For people listening, sorry.
We're not gonna break Greer's episode. I don't think.
No. Yeah. What was? How long was that? Like 50 minutes.
It was like
55,
59.
Okay. So we're not that bad. When we have 3 people on, we're kind of longer. That is
it
true.
just happens.
It just has to work because there's another person here.
And they're here for our voices.
Yeah. Thank you. And for those listening to my buttery voice, thank you so much.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
So, Rookie of the Year, I have Seiya Suzuki. I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kid's going to catch fire.
I think so.
Kid is going to catch fire in this league. He is the real deal.
I like him a lot, and he's probably the smart pick, but I got to go with my Reds for at least something this year. Hunter Green.
We'll get to the AL, and I'll
Hunter
throw it down.
Green will win the NL Rookie of the Year. If you saw his first outing, he was unbelievable. Throws 100+, has nasty off speed. He's young as all get out. He's going to be a great pitcher in the league. He's going to start with the Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
So here's my question. This is just I've just kind of noticed this over the past years of baseball, or at least a little bit. So say Suzuki, you've got Shohei Ohtani. It's just Japan is just starting to get people out and just start making them really good. Because remember, back in the day, it was basically just America, and we were killing it.
Essentially the guy that really revolutionized jumping from Japan to the MLB is Ichiro.
Yep.
He came over in 2001. He won the Rookie of the Year. He won the MVP in his rookie season. He led the Mariners to 100+ wins.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it was originally just basically you got your white American dudes, and then we got the integration of all the leagues with definitely with Jackie Robinson. Got all that, and then it was that for a whole long time. Then we started getting people from the Dominican Republic and the Caribbean area.
Yeah, I mean,
they're good. Really good.
Yeah, baseball in Asia has always been big.
Yeah.
But I think just
isn't Korean baseball pretty big?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all huge. It's just basketball in Europe isn't huge, but we've seen Luka Doncic, players like that starting to make the jump, and we're starting to realize and kind of it's not because these leagues weren't always good. They were always good. We just didn't have players coming over from them. And now that we have players coming over from those kinds of leagues, we're kind of realizing, these are some good leagues.
Yeah, and I think I'm glad that America has established itself as a hub where other people from other countries can come and do well in our sports, which I think is super cool. We get to have a center front row seat to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
Go ahead.
And not to name drop soccer, but the United States is starting to make its way with United States players and players coming from the United States programs and leagues into European soccer, where it is absolutely huge. So I think it's going both ways, and I'm loving it.
Listen, and the game's better for it. All the more talent, all the more personality you want there. Shohei is one of the most, if not the most exciting player to watch in the MLB.
All right, so then we got to. Oh no, have you gotten your Rookie of the Year yet? Yeah, you did. Yeah. Okay, so Manager of the Year. Daniel, go.
I had Buck Showalter. He's a very experienced manager. Took a few years off. He's won Manager of the Year in 3 different decades. He's beginning to build the Mets, and I would expect some improvements. He's got a lot of good players coming in. Just how we said, Mets are going to make the playoffs, maybe make some runs. I think he will win it.
I like the pick. A lot of times you give the Manager of the Year award to a manager whose team isn't, kind of surprised. I think the Braves will, as weird as it sounds, will surprise this year. I mean, people think that they're not going to be as good as they were. I think they'll be just as good as they were, and that's why I have Brian Snitker winning the Manager of the Year.
I mean, yeah, they won the World Series last year. Why aren't they high up on anyone's list?
Because they lost Freddie Freeman, but they have Matt Olson. Acuna's going to come back. I love the Braves.
Okay.
Give me Grandpa Ross. I don't know why. Why not?
He's a great dude. You got to love David Ross.
David Ross is awesome.
I'd back that. Who's the manager? Jim Leland for
the Tigers.
I didn't meet him once, but one time I went to a game and I was sitting by the dugout and he was standing there. I was like, "Hey, Mr. Leland, can you sign my ball?" And he turned around, grabbed the kid's ball behind me, not me.
Ooh.
And I was And then I walked over to Alex Avila, who was warming up, and he looked at me and said, "What's up?" And I was like, "You want to sign my ball?" And he goes, "No, I can't." And I was like, "Come on, man."
Hey, man, that's why the Tigers stink.
Hey, they aren't there anymore.
That's true, they're not.
Speaking of, though, let's move over to the AL.
Wow.
I don't know, dude.
Sorry. Speaking of, let's move over to the AL. Daniel, what is your pick for MVP?
I think Kyle's got the same pick, but Vladdy G, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Blue Jays can't not win it, I don't think.
I had Shohei winning it until the 11th hour. I had him for a long, long time because he's Shohei Ohtani. He's a phenomenal pitcher and hitter, but it's Vladdy's time. There's gonna be voter fatigue. It happens in every single sport, and if Vladdy has a year like he did last year, which 2 nights ago he hit 3 home runs in one game, and if the Blue Jays are gonna be the 1 seed, he's the MVP.
He's got to be it.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting name to have right now, Vladdy G. Yeah, I bet he's loving that one.
Yeah, didn't he get stamped on and then he hit a homer?
Did he?
Yeah, I think he got cleated and his hand was bleeding, and then he walked up and hit a homer. He's unreal.
He is.
All right, and then my pick for MVP, obviously Vladdy, because that's what they said. So, all right. So next one, Cy Young for again. God, it's the same stuff because it's 2. I don't like it. Don't like it.
Cy Young.
Who else is gonna win the award? Oh yeah, Cy Young. What else? Who's going to win it, Dan?
Cy Young, I have Lucas Giolito. Not a huge fan of the White Sox, but he's been pitching really well. He played opening weekend against the Tigers, and I watched him, and he just looks good. Yeah. He could probably – and the White Sox are going to be good this year, and if they're good and they have him in their dugout, he should win it.
He's very good, but it's finally time for Garrett Cole to step up with the Yankees.
Bustmaster Supreme.
He's going to win the Cy Young. I still can't get used to his clean-shaven face on the Yankees. I hate it so much, but he's so good. He's going to strike out so many batters, and the Yankees are going to make the playoffs in large part to him.
I do love that unwritten rule. I think that's pretty funny.
I like that one, yeah.
All right, now, Rookie of the Year. Go.
Kyle, go first.
I'm going to say Bobby Witt Jr. from the Royals. He's a great player. I really like Stephen Kwan off of the Guardians. He's been unbelievable to start, but you see starts like that a lot, and they kind of fizzle out. I see Bobby Witt being consistent through the season and being a really, really great player.
Yeah, so Bobby Witt actually lost to the Tigers yesterday, and in this game, Spencer Torkelson had 2 at-bats, 1 run, 1 RBI, and he's going to win the Rookie of the Year. I mean, this is very biased of me for a Tigers fan, but he is looking really good. Number 1 overall pick from 2020. Came in. He honestly, his first game on opening day, that was a shaky game. He did not look great. He looked a little bit uncomfy, but every game since, he looks mature, cool, calm, collected. He looks like a guy.
Is it that biased, though? He's a great player. I like the pick.
Okay. Yeah. Not that biased. I'll take it.
And then yours, you already picked yours. Yeah. Okay. Last one. Quick. Manager of the Year. Go.
We both have, I believe, I know I have Charlie Montoyo, Blue Jays. They're going to win the most games in the AL. They're unbelievable. And when you manage stars at this level, you should be rewarded for it.
The Blue Jays have the most talented team in the MLB. Maybe Dodgers. I think I said earlier the Dodgers have the most talented team. I think it's up there, 1 and 2.
I think the Dodgers have the most talented team right now. Blue Jays have the most talented young team.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd back that.
Do we have time to go with what Andy said and just make predictions? Like if we did something like the NFL, who's winning the overall awards? Do we have time for that?
Yeah, we'll
super quick.
Run it out real
cool.
quick.
Yeah.
Okay, MVP, I would still have Bryce Harper over Juan Soto. Or, sorry, not Bryce Harper. Hans, what? Yep. I would still have Bryce Harper over Vlad Guerrero.
I have Vladdy because the Blue Jays are going to be a better team than the Nationals.
Yeah, I feel like on a worse team, though, you can really show how good you are, though.
Yeah.
All right, Cy Young.
You want me
3,
to go first?
2,
Yeah,
1.
you go first.
Yes.
I like Garrett Cole. It's close, though.
I would have Max Scherzer.
Okay.
Wait, I'm picking from just my picks? Yeah, Max Scherzer.
Rookie of the year.
Spencer Torkelson.
Hunter Green, baby.
That was a little biased.
And finally, manager of the year.
I would still have Montoya.
I would have Brian Snitker.
Really?
All right. Well, not that difficult. Let's just do that.
Okay, early World Series picks. Andy, I want you to pick any team, any 2 teams. Who's your early World Series pick?
I already have it. It will be the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Guardians in a rematch from 2016. 5 games, Cubs win it all.
I really wish the Guardians, the Indians at that time, would have won the World Series that year.
No, what?
Yeah.
I don't like you now.
The Guardians is the
You witnessed
worst name.
history.
I'm a Reds fan, dude. I hate the Cubs. I want them to lose every game.
Shut up. Okay. Dude, as a baseball fan, you have to be able to understand that was just one of the greatest things to ever exist. Those 108 years.
If Cleveland wins that series at home and they haven't won the World Series in,
Who cares?
I want to say 70 years.
Who cares? As a baseball fan, you should love that.
I hate it.
I loved the storyline.
God.
You're wrong for not loving that storyline.
I hate it.
The Guardians
Horrible.
is just the worst pick for a team name.
You're a journalist. God. But yeah, no, I don't disagree. I think it was kind of neat, like the cool little, like the statue guys were the Guardians of Leviosa or whatever.
The bridge?
Yeah, when Guardian.
We talking about Harry Potter?
Yes, I don't know.
There was a bridge in Cleveland, and
I
think they named it after like the statues that guard the bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I wish they would have been the spiders like they used to be back in the day.
Yeah,
way back
spiders
in
would
the
have
day.
been cool.
All right, so Kyle, go.
I like the Blue Jays over the Dodgers in 6 games. It's a really, really boring pick. Both teams are the favorites, and I think they both make the World Series. I got the Blue Jays all the way.
All right, Dan?
Toronto Blue Jays over the Atlanta Braves. I think the Atlanta Braves can still produce some of that magic.
I agree. I would like to say real quick, we talk about how great the Blue Jays offense is. Their pitching is underrated.
Oh, yes.
They have a phenomenal pitching staff, starters and relievers.
Okay, and I'm going to give a backup pick. Give me, and this is just me, give me the Detroit Tigers and the Colorado Rockies. Why not?
Okay, the Tigers are winning that, though.
No, the Rockies all the way, man. No.
Okay,
I don't know.
No.
I'm a Rockies fan, secondary to the Cubs fan, because it's the first MLB game I ever went to.
Okay.
I went to a game at Coors Field. Super neat. It was very, very
Their
fun.
stadium looks awesome.
It is super cool.
Cool
Yeah.
stadium.
I've been to a Rockies game and I've been to a Cubs game. So I will say both games were very, very cool. The Cubs obviously a little bit just different feel.
Yeah.
But the Rockies game was still super neat. Okay.
Okay,
Baseball's finally over, but okay, we got to hammer home the USFL real quick.
We're just going to talk about it a
day
little
before.
bit.
Super quick. I know we keep talking about it. We're going to talk about it again. You better watch. I've said it like every single podcast for the past month. You need to watch the XFL, the USFL first game, 7:30 tomorrow, NBC, Fox. They released their mascots and they're kind of scary and concerning.
The Blob.
I like the Blob was not
It
pretty.
was very weird. At least the Stallions just had a horse.
Yeah, no,
Thank
I liked
God.
Pablo the Panther.
Pablo looks pretty
Pablo
cool.
looked cool.
Yeah, I like
okay,
him.
so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna name each game, and you're gonna let me know who's winning it. Okay. Opening game. New Jersey Generals, Birmingham Stallions.
Stallions.
Houston Gamblers, Michigan Panthers.
Gamblers.
Philadelphia Star. Wait,
Actually,
what? No, Panthers.
Fine, I'll go Panthers.
It's always Panthers.
I'll go Panthers.
Philadelphia Stars, New Orleans Breakers.
Stars purely because of their mascot.
Tampa Bay Bandits, Pittsburgh Maulers.
Give me the Maulers.
The Maulers. Okay,
right there.
we will talk a little bit more on the reactions to the first game of the USFL. Next week, we're going to have Charleston Bulls on, and we're going to do a little bit of NFL talk and a little bit of USFL talk.
Before you wrap up, also, I would like to say that the XFL did release their coaches that we didn't talk about as well, and one of them is from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Rod Woodson. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know.
That's super
Isn't
cool.
that cool?
Hey, go watch the XFL too, all right?
Yeah, that's next year, though.
Go watch expansion leagues outside the NFL. They're awesome.
Go watch MLB expansion leagues. I mean, farm teams. Go watch the
Farm
Tin
teams
Caps.
are cool.
Hey, I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I got roots in the XFL. Go watch it.
Go watch everything.
Go watch it.
Go watch sports.
Go watch sports. That is your homework for this week. Go watch some sports.
Yes.
We'll have Charleston on next week. We'll do NFL, XFL, USFL, and an NFL mock draft.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Kyle, thanks for popping on, dude.
Yes,
hey, thanks for
so
having
much,
me, guys.
Kyle.
I really appreciate it.
Lovely time.
Great wealth of knowledge.
Great wealth of knowledge there. Make sure you follow us on our socials, Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast
I think it's
on
knuckleheads.sportspod for Instagram.
Knuckleheads.sportspod on Instagram.
Maybe we'll make a Twitter.
Maybe we'll make a Twitter. I think we have a TikTok, but I don't really know.
Again,
I'm not very good at making
It's a podcast.
TikToks.
What am I gonna post?
Well,
I did not think that through.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll figure it out. Either way, hope you guys all stay safe. And Andy, take us out.
See you next week.